Alright, once you've started thinking about what topic you may want to write about, argue about, speak about in class, you have to start finding sources that will help you understand and support your argument. So first of all, the sources that you're looking for have to be credible. We are in an academic situation, so we are not just randomly on social media saying our opinions like a lot of people do. This is an academic discussion. You have to go through the academic process of researching, finding good sources, using them to support your work in the correct manner. So what credible means is just trustworthy, that the information on there is correct. The people who are publishing these sites are professionals, and according to MLA, they are trustworthy and credible. And the three main websites that are types of websites that are credible are .org ones that end in .org. That's a nonprofit. Although Wikipedia does end in nonprofit, and it's not credible because anyone can alter any part of it at any time. Usually they change it back to the correct information pretty quickly, but the 1 minute you're on there could be the 1 minute you're reading wrong information. And then .edu from a school or an educational system, or .gov, a website published by some sort of a government system. So if you're looking through Google, those are the three main ones that are in fact. Alright, so let's practice looking up some sources. So before I even search anything, I'm going to change the settings in Google to get more specific types of websites. So you have to search whatever, but then this account settings option wheel pops up. So go to advanced search, and then under site or domain over here, you can type in, I don't think you can do all three. Oh, maybe you can. Let's try it out. .edu, .org, .gov. Okay. No, that didn't work. That's what I thought. Alright, well, let's just choose one. Let's say .gov for right now. So I'm searching, should vaccines be mandatory? Alright, so hopefully all the websites, and you can check, that are popping up now are whatever you search. So right now I did .gov, you could change that now to .edu or .org. But looking, yes, this is .gov, 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 .gov. Yeah, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are. So you could cite any of them. As long as they related to your topic, you use it in your essay. Even if you're just looking at it and you may not cite it, you still have to mention that this was a resource for you. So like here is information about immunizations and vaccines. The topic I chose to show credible sources to you, and it talks about that. So you could cite any of these, any of the websites there. And like I said, you could change it then to, let's say, .edu, and hopefully then it would be, you still have to check because it's not foolproof, but hopefully they would be EDUs. And I see vaccines be required, public health, mandatory immunization laws. Yeah, these are all .edu. Here's another one. So you could cite any of these things. Mandatory vaccination, why we still need to get shots. So those are all credible and trustworthy. Once you have chosen one, here's the other one we looked at, I would either make the works cited right now, or if you don't have time to do that right now, save the URL to make the works cited later, because you don't want to like lose that. So however you are working on your rough draft, record the information there, I can show you how to do a works cited in another video, but you need the website itself, because it tells you on the website who published it. Like this one's from the Department of Health and Human Services. It tells you when it was published. This doesn't have a date, so you would leave that blank. Yeah. If there's an author, this one doesn't have one. So whatever information it gave you, you would need that. So that's one way of finding sources, looking through Google in advanced search. You can also try different search phrases. It's called Boolean phrasing. So let's say I am searching whether vaccines should be mandatory or not, and it keeps coming up for like school-age children, and I just mean for everyone, not specifically in schools. So then I could do vaccines or immunization plus mandatory, but maybe I don't want it to talk about school. So whatever you put in quotes, it looks for exactly that wording. So I could do phrases, and it would Google search for those words in that order in quotes. The plus sign means you want both. The minus sign means you don't want to see whatever you've minused. So I want to find vaccines plus mandatory minus school, and remember the advanced search. So now we should be finding .gov sites that talk about mandatory vaccines without discussing school systems. Healthcare, yeah, FDA, drug plans, Medicare, infectious diseases. So this is talking about more of adult-aged people in professional lives. So Boolean phrasing can be helpful, putting things in quotes, trying different words like vaccines and immunization is the same thing. So trying different synonyms or antonyms or ways of phrasing it. Maybe we don't say mandatory. Maybe instead we say required or mandated or something like that. So you'll get different results. See, these are completely different now than our first search depending on what you put in, but the information will be very similar because I use synonyms. You know, mandatory vaccines is the same thing as requiring immunizations. So depending on what your topic is. Alright, so there are some hints about how to find sites and keep recording where your information is from. Keep taking notes on the information itself as you're going through. That's how you research. You find great sources. You read and understand what they say. A lot of these are difficult to read, and I understand that, but that's what research and being in school and kind of being an adult is all about. You find what the true information is to make decisions in your everyday life, for your children, for your job, for your health care. There are a lot of things that we just inherently don't know and we have to learn. And once you're out of school, you have to learn it on your own for the most part. You have to find it. And the internet is great for us to be able to do that, but there's also a lot of information on the internet that is biased, that is incorrect, that is not helpful. So there's some information about that. The last thing I will show you about credible sources is using databases. So here's our library website, and then you can look at different databases. So here's databases for all subjects, but you could look at literature or science or psychology or art. You're all arguing very different topics, but if we're going to continue with the vaccine example, let's say we look up vaccines here. The cool thing about databases is that everything you find is credible because these are a reference center. That's what a database is, a basis for data, a collection of credible sources. And you can limit your search in a lot of ways, by date or by topics. It says what it is. A lot of times it gives you the works cited that you would use already. So you can limit your search in that way. Maybe you just need to cite what a vaccine is, you know, what cyberbullying is. And then it often, like here, I'm in Facts on File, gives you the citation that you would use. There it is. And that you would just copy and paste then into your document. It's in MLA. And here it is. See, it even has today's date, which you would put in Son of Citation Machine. Another great one that I like to use is EBSCOhost. So you can search here. Garden Spot, I think, is Spartans. So right now, just vaccines had 22,000 results. I can't look through all of them. But you can change the types. Do you just want journals, biographies? You can change it by subject, by the date published, the type of text. So maybe I could focus my paper on the lack of connection between vaccines and autism, which has been a hot topic recently. So there's the full text PDF. That's what I would read and look at to get my information. So this is what would load. But again, just like in Facts on File, on site, it gives you, I have to scroll down to MLA, here is the works cited that you would use. It's all in there already. Even the date, even the publisher, even the author, everything's in there. So I would just copy, Control-C, that and paste it into my document. I'll make another video about works cited, so showing you again how to actually cite the information and how to format it correctly. Even though you can just copy and paste from these databases, you would still need to fix up the formatting, make it double spaced and hanging indentation, etc. But good luck on your researching. Keep trying different search terms. Try Boolean phrasing, try advanced search. All of these things are helpful to you.